SOP for procurement and handling of reference standards in pharmaceutical industry. Reference standard SOP. Reference standards SOP covers below points. What is reference standard? Procurement of reference standard. Receipt of reference standard. Handling of reference standard. Storage of reference standard. Discard of reference standard. Reference standard usage register, log format. 1. Objective. To lay down a procedure for procurement and handling of reference standards. This SOP is to lay down a procedure for something. To lay down something for something. 2. Scope. This procedure is applicable for procurement and handling of reference standards. This procedure is applicable for. To be applicable for. 3. Responsibility. Quality control officer and above. 4. Accountability. Quality control head. 5. Procedure. 5.1 Reference standard. Reference standard is widely acknowledged to have the appropriate characteristics with high purity within a specified content, and whose value is accepted without requiring comparison to another substance. These substances are obtained from officially recognized sources. Reference standard are supplied by the official pharmacopoeia commissions. These are used as a basis of comparison for determining the purity of the test sample. As reference standard is available only in small quantities, working standards are prepared to act as substitutes after standardization at regular interval against the reference standard. As reference standard is available only in small quantities, so the working standard will be prepared to replace after standardization at regular interval time with the reference standard. 5.2 Procurement of reference standard. QC will send a request to purchasing department, and this department will send an order to the agency supplier for required reference standard. Get the invoice with details of reference standard from respective agencies for the current lot. 5.3 Receipt of reference standard. When a new reference standard is received, verify it for any intactness of the seal and appropriateness of the label, which must mention loss on drying, LOD, water content, and assay on dried basis, on anhydrous basis, on as basis, or potency. Receive reference standard only in the original container of the supplying agency with invoice and safety datasheet for reference standard. Collect the chemical reference substances, CRS, information of batch from the Internet from catalog code number, mentioned in invoice. The label on the container of reference standard contains the following information: name of the issuing agency, the name of the substance, batch or lot number, approximate quantity of material in the container. Enter, update the details of received reference standard like senior no, receipt date, name of reference standard, LOD, assay and pack size in reference standard register, logbook. Check the quantity of reference standard every 6 months. Arrange for procurement of reference standard if the reference standard quantity is not sufficient for future use. Ensure that the entry of reference standard is done after each withdrawal. Send the original copy of invoice to Accounts Department and preserve photocopy. 5.4 Handling of reference standard. Handle, open the reference standards in controlled temperature, free from fumes, smoke, etc. to avoid any cross-contamination. Do not insert spatula or butter paper in the vial to avoid the contamination. Do not transfer the balance quantity into the original vial. Allow the reference standard to attain the room temperature when the vial is taken out from the respective storage condition prior to use. Store the vial in prescribed storage condition after weighing of reference standard. 5.5 Storage of reference standard. Store the reference standards as per recommended conditions. Store in original small airtight container in refrigerator, 2C to 8C. Avoid possible contamination by careful handling to ensure its integrity. 5.6 Discard of reference standard. Empty the content in a waste beaker containing water and dispose off this slurry in sink with continuous flow of water. Deface the label of the reference standard vials. Discard the vial in dustbin. Record the destruction of reference standard in remark column of reference standard register.